Hey guys, this is Black Bolt. Today I am going to run an experiment to see if we can go over 4 miles per kilowatt hour in winter. And as you can see, I've been preconditioning the car and my meter turns off at 7, so I've already used 1 kilowatt hour and 0.0 miles traveled. So there it is on a bigger screen. Well, I'm not sure how many miles I'm going to be able to log, but we're going to give it a shot. 37 degrees I believe was the temperature inside my garage. It's around 30 degrees outside right now, and as you can see it says 162 miles. If I turn off the heat, it's now up to 170 miles. I've got the heated steering wheel on, I've got the heated seats on, and I am wearing an undershirt, t-shirt, sweater, and jacket and hat to stay warm, and we'll see how long I can keep this up. But we're gonna go ahead and get moving. We'll see if it's possible in an emergency type situation to be able to drive a significant distance, keeping it above 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And I am going to come to my information screen, reset it. It's 8:30 now, and then here we go. Hey guys, so my plan today is to do some Uber Eats this morning. I am only 3 trips away from getting a $65 bonus, so I figured might as well get that and not leave money on the table. So I usually average around 10 miles a trip, so that's only 30 miles, so I'm going to have to figure out some additional driving. I want this experiment to go at least 50 miles. I actually did a lot of recording yesterday, which is why my range is at 170 miles when you guys know that it should be at around 150 with capacity limited to 95%. But I lost all of that content, or I think I lost it anyway. Basically, when I look at it in the GoPro, I'm not able to see any video. Alright guys, so you can see the first 5 miles were right at 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour, and I turned on the DoorDash app because I'm not getting any hits on Uber Eats yet. So this first delivery is a McDonald's delivery. It's $8.50 for 6.7 miles. That's really efficient, so I'm gonna go ahead and accept that. So that's pretty easy money. This entire delivery is going to take like 15 minutes to do, and then I am going to temporarily turn off the Uber app and I'll turn it back on before I complete this DoorDash delivery. So first 5 miles, 3.5 miles kilowatt hour, 5.6 miles driven. So we are pulling up to this McDonald's right here, and I'm gonna go through the drive-thru because it's cold outside and I have no interest in going in the snow if I don't need to.
Welcome back. Can I take your order, please?
Yes, I'm picking up DoorDash 621698.
DoorDash for the second one, thank you.
So I have this order and it is 2.9 miles away and about a 5-minute drive. We are approaching 10 miles, so we're gonna go ahead and flip to this monitor and we'll see how it changes on this next interval. So there it is guys, after the 10-mile interval you can see that the last 5 miles I drove was over 4 miles per kilowatt hour, and the average is ticking upwards. So as of right now, 3.5 kilowatt hours used and 10.3 miles driven. And you don't really need to be a math genius to know that 3.5 times 4 is actually 14. So I think that initial calculation is from when I first started driving, excluding the original 0.8 kilowatt hours that were used for preconditioning. Alright guys, so immediately after getting that delivery, I've got another McDonald's one for $7.50, and this one is going to take 10 minutes to complete. And check this out, these kids built a little snow castle right there. Pretty awesome thing that you can do in Minnesota winters to have some fun. Alright guys, so after 12.5 miles of driving, you saw that just went from 4 to 3.9 because of the regen braking. But so back up to 4. So after 12 miles of driving, 4 kilowatt hours used. Obviously that tells you that it's 3 miles per kilowatt hour, but if you take away the 0.8 from the initial preconditioning I did at home, then it's 3 kilowatt hours used, 3.2 kilowatt hours used to drive 12.7 miles. That does bring us to just under 4 miles per kilowatt hour. We are pulling back up to McDonald's. I'm gonna go through the drive-thru again. And a cool feature that people rarely talk about, if you're not a Chevy Bolt EV owner, you probably don't know this, but I can clean that mirror. It's pretty dirty right now because of all of the liquids that fly up behind the car when driving. I press the that stalk right there and clean. So by the time I have completed this second delivery, I'm going to have made $16 in 35 minutes of driving, so pretty good. And we're at 14.8 miles, so we're going to come back to our tracking screen. And there you can see we've now gone over 15 miles and we are averaging over 4 miles per kilowatt hour, because that last 5 mile section was pretty good, and a lot of it was driven on local streets, that's why. Alright guys, so as soon as I dropped off that order, I got another order which is 1150, which is dropping off in Ramsey. And this one, 1150, it's going to take me probably 20, maybe 25 minutes to deliver it. So that's a really good rate of return. And basically I'm going to end up having made $27.50 within my first hour of driving, which is significantly better than I did yesterday morning. Casey's is a gas station in Ramsey, and I've noticed that DoorDash has a lot bigger market share than Uber Eats, so DoorDash has a constant flow of orders all the time. And maybe because I'm new to DoorDash, it's giving me a lot of orders, but right now DoorDash seems to be pulling in around $25 an hour. Hey guys, we're quickly approaching 20 miles and we're right at 6 kilowatt hours. So 6 times 3 is 18, 5 times 4 is 20. And so if we go back and look at the information map, that last 5 miles was less efficient than before, but we're still averaging above 4 miles per kilowatt hour. So that calculation starts from our initial driving point and not including preconditioning. Although if we were just stopped and running AC, then that battery usage would be part of this calculation. As far as my body temperature goes, it's 30 degrees outside, heated steering wheel, heated seats. My upper body feels comfortable, but my legs are getting cold. So I am going to go ahead and turn on the heat for some time. And then once I feel comfortable, I'll turn off the heat again and see if we can keep it above 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And also driving on the highway, of course, makes us less efficient, but we're going to be turning at the next light and back on local roads. Alright, so here we are pulling into Casey's general store and gas station. So I'll pick up whatever this dude ordered and then be on my way. Alright guys, so we are approaching 25 miles, so we've just hit 25 miles. And as you can see, that last 5 miles was less efficient because I had the heat on for a section of it. My feet are comfortable again, so I turned the heat off. So we're now going under 4 miles per kilowatt hour, but it's still pretty close to it. Hey guys, just a quick update. So I've driven 46.7 miles and used 13.2 kilowatt hours. And right now on average, we're still slightly below 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And then, as you can see, I've been doing just DoorDash $47.64 in an hour and 47 minutes. That works out to $27 an hour. So I'm going to try and see if I can get 3 Uber rides before going home. But if not, I'm going to wrap it up and then try and get those 3 rides over dinner. Alright guys, so we just crossed 50 miles driven and 14.3 kilowatt hours used. And As you can see, we are still slightly under 4 miles per kilowatt hour. If we take a look at the chart, it says that that's really close to 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour, which is the EPA rating. And if we come back to the main screen, I drove 60.5 miles this morning and used 16.9 kilowatt hours of energy. A part of that went to the climate settings. I was preconditioning the car and it wasn't pulling energy from the house. So if you take out that 0.8 kilowatt hours that were used for preconditioning, I ended up driving 60.5 miles and used 16.1 kilowatt hours of electricity, which works out to just about 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour, which is pretty good in the winter. But it also tells me that the car does use electricity for battery management outside of just driving around, because with the type of driving I did today, in spring, summer, fall, I would probably be somewhere between 4.5 and 5 miles per kilowatt hour, because I wasn't on the highway that much, and I don't think there was any point where I went over 60 miles an hour, and there was really no serious hard acceleration. So yeah, so that's what I've learned. Then let's take a look at what the car looks like on the outside for Minnesota winters. Alright, so this is pretty good. Somebody bent my license plate. I don't know when that happened, but the car is not as filthy as I thought it would be. And thank you to the 355 people who have already subscribed. If you get value from our content, go ahead and join the community by hitting the subscribe button. It'll also let YouTube know to share our EV content with other viewers. Thank you.